The dark void of space was filled with tension aboard the massive warship of the Galactic Council. Alien leaders gathered in a dimly lit chamber, their faces illuminated by the glow of holographic screens. They sneered as they discussed Earth, a tiny planet they believed was home to weak and primitive beings. "Humans are nothing but pests," one commander said, dismissing them with a wave of his hand. "We should wipe them out and take their resources." Suddenly, an alarm blared through the ship, interrupting their meeting. A holographic display flickered to life, showing an Earth ship surrounded by a fleet of alien warships. The humans were clearly outmatched, their small vessel appearing like a helpless insect caught in a web. The council members laughed, confident that this would be another easy victory. "Let them die. It will send a message to all humans," one commander said with a cruel smile. But as the alien ships moved in for the kill, something strange happened. The Earth ship, once a symbol of weakness, suddenly activated cloaking devices. The alien warships were taken aback. The ship vanished from view, only to reappear moments later, launching a surprise attack. Confusion swept through the alien fleet as they struggled to track their target. Captain Mira, the young leader of the Earth ship, had spent months preparing for this very moment. She knew that humanity's survival depended on outsmarting their enemies. "All crew members, prepare for combat," she commanded, her voice steady and firm. The crew, a mix of veterans and new recruits, sprang into action, fueled by determination and a deep love for their home planet. The human ship, the USS Defender, was equipped with advanced AI systems designed to enhance their strategic capabilities. As the crew engaged the alien fleet, the AI quickly analyzed the situation, calculating the best tactics to use. Initiating evasive maneuvers, it announced, guiding the ship through the chaos of enemy fire. The crew worked together seamlessly, navigating their vessel with precision. As the battle raged on, the humans showcased their newfound skills. They moved with agility and speed, dodging the aliens' attacks while launching their own missiles. Each explosion lit up the dark expanse of space, illuminating the fierce struggle between the two sides. Captain Mira felt her heart race with adrenaline as she led her crew into battle, their determination shining through the fear that threatened to consume them. But amidst the excitement, tragedy struck. Bonner, a skilled pilot and one of the bravest members of the crew, found himself in a perilous situation. During a daring maneuver, his ship was hit by enemy fire. "Bonner, come in! Are you okay?" Mira shouted over the comms, her voice filled with concern. There was a brief silence before Bonner's voice crackled through. "I'm hit, Captain! I'll try to make it back." But as he fought to regain control, another wave of enemy ships closed in on him. Mira's heart sank as she realized he might not make it back. The bond between the crew was strong, and Bonner's courage inspired them all. They couldn't let his sacrifice be in vain. "Focus on the mission," she urged her crew. "We can't lose anyone else." With renewed determination, they pressed on, utilizing every tactic they had practiced during their training. The humans fought back fiercely, defying the aliens' expectations. The Galactic Council was not prepared for the relentless spirit of humanity, and they quickly learned that underestimating humans would come at a high price. As the battle continued, the alien commanders watched in shock. They had expected an easy victory, but instead, they found themselves facing a resilient and resourceful enemy. "How are they doing this?" one commander exclaimed, disbelief evident in his voice. "They should be weak. This isn't possible!" With each passing moment, the tide of battle began to shift. The humans, fueled by anger and hope, fought harder than ever before. Mira realized that this was more than just a fight for survival. It was a fight to prove that humans were more than what the aliens thought. They were capable of great things, and they would show the galaxy that they were not to be trifled with. As the dust of battle settled, the USS Defender emerged from the chaos, still intact but battered. Captain Mira's heart raced with a mix of fear and excitement. They had survived their first encounter with the alien fleet, but the fight was far from over. She knew they needed to regroup, assess their losses, and prepare for whatever came next. In the depths of space, amid the wreckage of battle, a new chapter in humanity's story was just beginning. They had proven they could stand against the might of the alien empire, but at what cost? After the unexpected escape from the alien fleet, the crew of the USS Defender took a moment to breathe. They had narrowly avoided disaster, but the fight was far from over. Captain Mira gathered her team in the ship's command center, where the mood was a mix of excitement and fear. "Listen up, everyone," she said, her voice steady. "We've shown the aliens that we are not easy prey, but we must be ready for their retaliation. They will come after us with everything they have." The crew nodded, determination shining in their eyes. Bonner, who had managed to return despite being hit, limped into the room, his face pale but resolute. "I won't let them take us down," he said, gripping the console for support. "We can't back down now. We have to fight!" Mira smiled at him, appreciating his spirit. "You're right, Bonner. We need to come up with a plan. Our survival depends on outsmarting them." The AI system on board beeped to life, displaying a map of the surrounding area. "We have to find a way to use our technology to our advantage," Mira continued. "Let's use our cloaking devices to launch surprise attacks and disrupt their formations." With the plan set, the crew scattered to their stations, each member knowing their role in the upcoming battle. As the ship prepared for action, the tension in the air was palpable. The hum of machinery and the sound of footsteps echoed through the USS Defender, creating an atmosphere of focused determination. Suddenly, alarms blared throughout the ship, indicating that the alien fleet had returned. "They're here!" shouted one of the crew members. Mira's heart raced as she issued commands. "Activate cloaking. Prepare weapons for launch!" The ship vanished from sight, becoming nearly invisible in the vastness of space. The alien ships entered the area, their powerful engines glowing ominously. "They think they have us beat," Bonner said with a hint of a smile. "Let's show them how wrong they are." As the aliens began to search for the USS Defender, Mira and her crew waited patiently, adrenaline pumping through their veins. Then, without warning, Mira ordered, "Now! Engage!" The ship reappeared, and the crew unleashed a barrage of missiles at the enemy vessels. The surprise attack sent shockwaves through the alien fleet, catching them off guard. Explosions erupted in space, painting the darkness with bright flashes of color. "Direct hits! Keep firing!" Mira shouted, her heart filled with exhilaration. The battle raged on, with the humans using their agility and cunning to outmaneuver the larger alien ships. Each time an enemy vessel tried to retaliate, the crew would dodge and weave, using their cloaking technology to stay one step ahead. "They're not prepared for our tactics!" One crew member cheered as another enemy ship was destroyed. But as the chaos unfolded, the aliens began to adapt. They fired warning shots, forcing the humans to change their strategy quickly. "They're learning," Bonner warned, his brow furrowed. "We need to find a new angle of attack." Mira nodded, knowing they had to stay unpredictable. "Let's split into two groups," she decided. "One will continue to engage directly, while the other will flank them from behind. We have to keep them guessing." The crew quickly divided, following Mira's command with precision. The atmosphere was charged with tension as they executed the new plan. As the USS Defender moved into position, Bonner and his team found themselves in the thick of battle. They fired their weapons, taking down another alien ship. Cheers erupted among the crew, but their celebration was short-lived. Suddenly, a powerful blast hit the USS Defender, shaking the entire ship. Alarms blared as the crew struggled to maintain control. "Damage report!" Mira shouted, fear creeping into her voice. "Shields at 60%. We need to retreat!" A crew member yelled, but Mira shook her head. "No! We can't give up now. We've come too far!" With her determination renewed, she ordered the crew to regroup. "We need to protect each other and fight for our survival." In that moment of chaos, a vision of Earth flashed in her mind. The lush landscapes, the vibrant cities, and the people she loved. They were counting on her and her crew to defend their home. As the battle intensified, Mira felt a surge of determination. "For Earth!" she cried, igniting a fire in her crew's hearts. With their spirits high, the humans pressed forward, launching another wave of attacks. They fought fiercely, their hearts united in a common cause. As explosions lit up the darkness of space, they knew they were no longer just fighting for survival. They were fighting for the future of humanity. In the midst of the chaos, Bonner spotted a cluster of enemy ships forming a tight formation. "Captain, if we hit them there, we can break their line," he shouted, pointing at the screen. "Let's do it," Mira agreed, feeling the weight of their mission. This was their chance to turn the tide of battle. With a deep breath, she ordered the crew to focus all their firepower on that spot. As the weapons charged and fired, the alien ships trembled under the onslaught. This was the moment they had been waiting for, the moment they could prove their strength against the alien empire. The battle was just beginning, but already the USS Defender was making its mark. The aliens were in for a surprise, and the humans were ready to show the galaxy what they were capable of. The battle aboard the USS Defender had taken a heavy toll on the crew. They had fought bravely, but as the smoke cleared and the enemy ships retreated, exhaustion weighed on everyone. Captain Mira gathered her team in the command center, where the atmosphere was thick with tension and determination. "We did it!" she said, her voice filled with pride. "But this is just the beginning. We need to regroup and figure out how we can keep fighting." As the crew cheered, Mira felt a wave of relief wash over her. Yet deep down, she knew that the alien fleet would not give up easily. They would return, stronger and more prepared. She had to ensure her crew was ready for whatever came next. Mira called for a status report. The ship's AI came to life, displaying vital information on the screens around the room. Damage assessment: shields are at 45%. Weapon systems are operational, but we need repairs on the engine core. The AI's calm voice contrasted sharply with the chaotic events of the past hours. "We have also detected an increase in enemy communications. They are planning their next move." Mira furrowed her brow. "What are they saying?" The AI quickly analyzed the data. "They are discussing the unexpected strength of human technology. They believe we have hidden capabilities they have yet to uncover." This revelation sparked something in Mira's mind. "We do have secrets," she said, glancing at Bonner and the crew. "Over the years, Earth has been preparing for potential threats from the stars. Many of our scientists have worked in secret to develop advanced technology." She paused, remembering the whispers of the government and the hidden labs dedicated to ensuring humanity's survival. "Can we use this technology against them?" Bonner asked, his eyes bright with curiosity. "Absolutely," Mira replied, her confidence growing. "We have cloaking devices, AI systems, and advanced weaponry. We need to use everything we have to outsmart them." As the crew began to brainstorm, Mira revealed some of Earth's secrets that had been hidden from the public eye. "Years ago, we developed AI technology that could analyze enemy tactics and suggest strategies. It's time to put that knowledge to use." She watched as the crew listened intently, their minds racing with possibilities. With a renewed sense of purpose, the crew began to work on their plans. They divided into teams, each focusing on different aspects of their strategy. One group worked on repairing the ship, while another analyzed the data from the battle. Bonner led the team examining the cloaking technology, eager to enhance its capabilities. As they worked, Mira reflected on the many sacrifices that had been made to develop this technology. She remembered the scientists who had labored in secret, motivated by the fear of an alien attack. Their efforts had created the tools that could now help save humanity. "We owe it to them to fight back," she whispered to herself. Meanwhile, the crew made remarkable progress. Bonner and his team discovered that the cloaking devices could be modified to create a temporary blind spot in the alien sensors. This would allow them to launch surprise attacks without being detected. "If we can get close enough, we can strike before they even see us coming," Bonner explained, excitement bubbling in his voice. Mira felt a surge of hope. This could change everything. If we can catch them off guard, we might turn the tide of this war. The crew rallied around her words, each member feeling the weight of their mission and the thrill of possibility. As they continued to repair the ship, the AI system provided updates on the alien fleet's movements. "They are regrouping and preparing for another offensive," it announced. "They seem to be underestimating our capabilities." Mira smiled, knowing this could be their advantage. "Let's keep it that way. We'll strike when they least expect it." With the plan in place, the crew felt a wave of determination wash over them. They were no longer just survivors. They were warriors ready to protect their home. As the hours passed, the crew worked tirelessly, pouring every ounce of effort into their preparations. The atmosphere aboard the USS Defender buzzed with energy and excitement. With each repair, they felt stronger, more capable of facing the challenges ahead. Finally, after hours of hard work, the ship was ready. The modifications to the cloaking device were complete, and the crew felt a renewed sense of hope. Mira gathered everyone in the command center once more. "We've come so far, and we have secrets that will help us fight back," she said, her voice firm. "We are humanity's last hope, and together we will show the galaxy that we are not to be underestimated." The crew cheered, their spirits soaring. They knew they had the strength and the technology to take the fight to the enemy. With newfound confidence, they prepared to face the alien empire once again. In the depths of space, a storm was brewing, and the humans were ready to unleash their hidden potential. They had secrets to unveil, and they would show their enemies just how powerful humanity could be. The atmosphere aboard the USS Defender crackled with energy as the crew prepared for the next confrontation. Captain Mira stood at the helm, her eyes scanning the vast expanse of space. They had worked tirelessly to repair the ship and enhance its technology, but now the moment of truth was upon them. The alien fleet was regrouping, and it was only a matter of time before they launched their next attack. "Status report!" Mira called out, her voice steady. The ship's AI responded quickly. "The alien fleet is approaching our last known location. They appear to be underestimating our abilities." A small smile crept onto Mira's face. "Let's keep it that way," she said. "We'll show them the strength of humanity." The crew members took their positions, ready for the fight ahead. Bonner, still recovering from his injuries, worked closely with the tactical team. "We need to use the cloaking technology to our advantage," he urged. "Let's position ourselves behind the asteroid field. We can launch surprise attacks while remaining hidden." Mira nodded, impressed by Bonner's strategic thinking. "Good idea, Bonner. Let's do it!" The crew quickly maneuvered the USS Defender into position, cloaking the ship as they entered the asteroid field. The ship blended into the surroundings, making it nearly invisible to the approaching alien fleet. As they waited, tension filled the air. Each crew member knew that their lives depended on the success of this plan. Mira could feel her heart racing, but she remained calm for the sake of her crew. "Remember," she said, "we're fighting for our survival and the future of humanity. We can't let fear control us." Just then, the alien fleet entered the asteroid field, their ships gliding through the rocky terrain. The humans watched in silence, waiting for the right moment to strike. The sight of the alien vessels fueled their determination. These were the same ships that had attacked them before, and now they had a chance to turn the tide. Suddenly, the AI's voice broke the silence. "The enemy is vulnerable. Initiate attack sequence!" Mira's heart raced. "Now!" she shouted, and the crew sprang into action. The USS Defender deactivated its cloaking device and fired a barrage of missiles at the alien ships. Explosions lit up the darkness, and the crew cheered as they scored direct hits. But the aliens quickly regrouped, retaliating with their own firepower. "Shields at 70%!" a crew member shouted, panic rising in his voice. "We need to reinforce them!" Mira took a deep breath. "We can't back down now. Keep firing!" The crew rallied around her words, determined to press on despite the odds. Just as they seemed to gain the upper hand, a massive alien battleship emerged from behind the asteroids, its weapons primed and ready. "Captain, it's a flagship!" "It's far more powerful than the others," Bonner shouted, fear evident in his voice. Mira's mind raced. "We need to target its weak points. If we take it down, we can turn the tide of the battle." The crew quickly adjusted their strategy, aiming their firepower at the flagship. The alien ship returned fire, its beams cutting through space like lasers. The USS Defender shook violently as the crew struggled to maintain control. "Shields down to 50%, another crew member yelled. "We need to fall back!" "No!" Mira shouted, her resolve unwavering. "We can't retreat now. We have to fight!" With her heart pounding, she directed the crew to concentrate all their fire on the flagship. "Focus on its engines! If we disable it, we can create chaos among the enemy." With every ounce of strength and determination, the crew poured their firepower into the flagship. Explosions rocked the alien ship and it began to falter. Mira felt a surge of hope as she watched the enemy struggle to maintain control. "Keep pushing! We're almost there!" she encouraged her team. Just as they were about to land the final blow, the flagship fired back with a devastating blast, hitting the USS Defender hard. The ship shuddered, and alarms blared as the crew struggled to regain control. "Damage report!" Mira shouted, her voice filled with urgency. "Engine failure! We're losing power!" Bonner yelled. Mira's heart sank, but she refused to give in. "We can't let this be the end. We're humans. We fight back." Rallying her crew, she urged them to focus on repairing the engine while continuing to fire at the flagship. With teamwork and determination, the crew worked quickly, fixing the damage while maintaining their assault. Bonner guided them, his experience shining through. "We can do this. Just hold on a little longer," he shouted, keeping spirits high. Finally, with one last push, the crew managed to disable the flagship's engines. The massive ship lurched, and the alien fleet began to panic. "We did it!" Bonner cheered, his voice full of excitement. The USS Defender had proved its strength. The remaining alien ships hesitated, unsure of how to proceed. The humans seized the moment. "Let's finish this!" Mira shouted, rallying her crew for one final assault. With newfound energy, they launched a coordinated attack, taking down the remaining enemy vessels. As the dust settled, the crew of the USS Defender stood together, breaths heavy but filled with triumph. They had fought for their survival and emerged victorious. Mira looked around at her team, their faces shining with pride. "We did it," she whispered, the reality of their victory sinking in. "We fought for our home, and we will continue to fight." The battle was not just a fight for survival, it was a testament to the strength and resilience of humanity. They had faced insurmountable odds, but together they had proven that they were not to be underestimated. As they prepared for whatever came next, the crew knew one thing for sure: they would face the future together, united in their fight for survival. After the victory over the alien fleet, the crew of the USS Defender felt a rush of adrenaline and relief. They had proven their strength, but the battle was not over yet. Captain Mira knew that the alien empire would not give up easily. They would regroup and plan their revenge. The next fight would be even tougher. As the crew took a moment to breathe and recover, Mira called for a meeting in the command center. "We've done well," she began, her tone serious. "But we need to be prepared. The alien empire will come for us again, and this time, they'll be ready." Bonner, still recovering from his injuries, spoke up. "We need to gather intelligence on their plans. If we know what they're doing, we can outsmart them." Mira nodded, appreciating his strategic thinking. "You're right. Let's use our resources to gather information about their next move." The ship's AI began scanning for any signals from the alien fleet. The crew worked tirelessly, analyzing data and preparing for the next battle. They knew the alien ships were regrouping, and time was of the essence. Mira felt the weight of leadership pressing down on her, but she was determined to protect her crew and their home. Suddenly, the AI chimed in. "Captain, I've intercepted a communication from the alien fleet. They are planning a massive offensive against Earth." The room fell silent as the crew processed this news. The aliens were preparing to strike at the heart of humanity. As the dust settled, Mira looked around at her team, pride swelling in her heart. "We did it," she whispered, tears of joy in her eyes. They had fought for their home and had proven that humanity was a force to be reckoned with. The fight was over, but the battle had changed them forever. They had faced their fears, united as one, and emerged victorious. Now, they would continue to protect their planet and ensure that humanity would always stand strong against any threat that dared to challenge them.